Okay, sports fans, Don Muraco and Siva Afi. It's going to be a good one because these men have tremendous physiques, both great wrestlers. You'll hear the fans probably chanting in the background, Beach Bum, as that's the nickname that they gave to Muraco. Born and raised here in Hawaii. Two island boys, men, tough, the top wrestlers in the world. Siva Afi of Samoa and Don Muraco, the beach bum from Sunset Beach. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all. Just that the fans have gotten that in their minds because Don, we all of us like to be beach bums in one part of our lives. Great surfer, great football player, undefeated in wrestling at Punahou High School. In the amateurs, Don Muraco was a heavyweight. Wrestled the time Bill Francis wrestled at Kailua. Stacking his man up, looking for a pinfall. Muraco puts the hand out for a shake. Siva Afi's having nothing of it. Blaisdell Arena, that's where it's happening. And wrestling, 1983 on the horizon. Wrestling matches back in Hawaii. Let me tell you once again that there are three champions, like there's different divisions in the baseball, the AFL, football, the NFL, the AFC, and the conferences, and in wrestling too. Nick Bockwinkel is the AWA champion. We'll see him again this afternoon in a big match with Rick Martel. And there's Ric Flair, the sensational blonde world NWA champion. And of course, Bob Backlund, the WWA champ from New York. These three men dominate the wrestling scene, and let's hope we'll see them in the 1983 season in Hawaii. Muraco, 3 knee lifts, just chopping those bay legs into the neck of Siva Afi. Muraco grabs his man, guys him, gives him a knee again, and Siva Afi's in a lot of trouble. Siva comes up with an elbow smash, hits Muraco. Muraco rates the eyes. Siva backs off. The referee's warning Muraco, no eye gouging. That's definitely illegal. Don grabs a front face lock. That could be easily slipped into a chokehold on the blind side of the referee. It's a legal hold across the chin. It's illegal across the throat. There's only an inch separating it, and a wrestler can be very cunning, switch around, grab the throat with his arm, hold it. When the referee comes around, he can slip it back on the chin again. As everybody knows about that, the wrestling fans too. And I did for many, many years. Had it done to me and did it to my opponents. Handsome Johnny Moran sends a Christmas greeting to all the wrestling fans on Channel 13 in the islands. People ask, hey, where's Johnny? He's retired in Rochester, New York. Still in great shape. The handsome one, Handsome John. Flying mares, man over. Don dives over, ripping the neck forward. That can tear the neck muscles. Muraco's around 255. He's got the lightning bolt emblem on his trunks. White shoes, raking his man now, holding him, choking him down. The referee's having a hard time finding whether the arm is across the throat or on the chin. Striped shirt man, the referee. Siva Afi's down on the mat. One of Samoa's top wrestlers, trained personally by the late High Chief Peter Maivia. Siva is his protege. They recently had wrestling in Samoa, and there will be more wrestling in April during the big celebration. I believe it's Flag Day. 3 days of celebrations in Samoa, professional wrestling. South Pacific Airways, the only way to fly to Guam, I believe now. And spreading out. Are they going to Alaska? I think I heard something about that. Alaska, I wrestled there in the 60s at the Fur Rendezvous in February. Great wrestling fans in Alaska. Don Muraco is trying to use his extra 15 or 20 pounds body weight advantage to pin Siva. Now Siva's bridging. Every wrestler should have a strong neck. Every football player, every high school athlete. And you're taught by your coaches, I'm sure, to have a strong neck. That's the greatest part of your body, to have a good, strong neck. And Siva proved it then by bridging from the mat. Don raked his hair, grabbed a handful of hair, shoved him down. Siva using power to get his shoulders off the mat. Remember, to be pinned, you have to be held down for 3 consecutive seconds. That's a long time. Get 2 down and then 1 shoulder up, and the break, the count breaks. There's no count. The referee goes 1, 2. You can just bridge on a powerful neck. Most wrestlers have 20-inch necks. And up. Having a strong neck saved a lot of lives. Chief Billy Whitewolf cracked a vertebrae in his neck in Maui wrestling. About 3 years ago, wore a brace for 3 months. Now he's still wrestling. Watch this. Ooh! Don Muraco fell backwards, bridged, brought Siva Afi's throat under the bottom rope. Don seems to be in control right now. Mauling his man, elbows him across the chin, and that's perfectly legal as long as you don't belt a man with your fist. That's illegal, but they do it. Siva Afi now with the headbutts, the coconut headbutts. How Siva Afi gives him another one. Don staggers in the corner. Another one as Siva Afi finds a weak spot on Muraco, his forehead. Siva lefts and rights as a right cross. Takes his man, beals him across the ring. Don, flying head scissors, up and over. Muraco is down. The referee should be in there, comes around, dives down. 1. A 2 count. He held 2 fingers up, letting the fans know it was a 2 count. Looking for the count. There's a 1. There's a 2. Whoops, again, 2 fingers. And it could have been over if 3 fingers appear, or the 3 count, the beat that you never like to hear when you're on the bottom. This is wrestling, Polynesian Championship Wrestling, every other Saturday afternoon. And of course, Channel 13 has Wrestling Hawaii. Matches from New Zealand, international wrestlers, every Friday night. Fans sitting on the edge of the seat. This has been a good wrestling match. They haven't been pounding each other because they know that they both can wrestle, and they're testing each other out, feeling each other out. Wrestling fan leaped in the air, got him or herself, I don't know, was it a male or a female? Don't know. Leaped up and got on the television. He's going to try and do a head spin, Muraco. Watch this. He does. Oh, he didn't get out. That could rip your ears. Cauliflower ears. Well, we have another Blears in the wrestling scene, a fan, of course, not a wrestler yet. But Dylan Ching, grandson, saw wrestling on Channel 13 a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, I saw Grandpa on TV. And he's watching today in Maui. Maybe we'll get him to go to Punahou and wrestle someday, like Don, follow the footsteps of his grandfather and Don Muraco. Incidentally, Muraco was my protege. I trained him, came out of school with my son Jimmy, and Jimmy went into surfing. Don became one of the best wrestlers in the country. There's Siva Afi, the pride of Samoa. A gentleman, too. You meet him and talk to him, soft-spoken, dedicated to uphold the tradition of athletics, great sportsmanship. Predominantly, his moves were taught to him. You can see the moves of the late High Chief Peter Maivia as Siva wrestled, and I'm sure he'll be proud of that. Don's trying to get his head out of here. And we have time running out on this little session right now. Muraco gets out, dives over, gets a headlock. blocking the head scissors. And we're going to leave Muraco and Siva Afi as they battle it out at the Blaisdell into the locker room in just a moment.